Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. In my previous videos, I've shown you guys how service discovery is going to be work on localhost. But uh, in this video, what we are going to do that we are going to Dockerize our application. In fact, I've already Dockerized my application. If you haven't watched my videos, you can watch those videos. I have a full playlist available for you guys, available on my channel. So, what I've done, I have Dockerized the application which I've shown you in part 7, and I've also Dockerized the application Eureka shopping cart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to deploy these services on AWS cloud and show you that how service discovery is going to be happen. And we are going to set up 4 EC2 instance, and definitely, as I told you, that this service discovery is not going to be on local host. Application are going to be running automatically on localhost. For that, I've already set up my Terraform version 13, which is the latest Terraform version available for you guys. So you have to simply navigate to my repository, which is publicly available, and download this code. So I've done everything, set up bash script, and everything is ready for you guys. So simply clone this directory, and I've already cloned this and put it on my desktop. So from there, what you have to do is to simply copy this directory, VPC and Netflix Eureka server. Okay, so from here, simply you have to do is to copy this AWS section and put it on your desktop. So I've already configured my access key and secret access key with the administrative privileges, and already I have AWS CLI installed along with the Terraform. So what I'm going to do is to simply navigate to the desktop, navigate to the AWS, and in AWS, let me show you that I have environment, dev, and here are code. So let me open this code in Visual Studio, so just to show you that. But before that, let me start our Terraform services as well. So I'm going to download the relevant modules by using the Terraform init command. So it is going to download the required modules for the system. So now I'm going to simply open this AWS in my Visual Studio Code. So this is the directory, and this is the setup we are going to do. We are going to deploy the custom VPC, and we are going to set up security groups and Elastic IP. I'm going to attach with the Eureka server, and for that, I've already set up the bash script, and repository is going to be this one, and it is going to automatically install the Docker on that particular EC2 instance and pull the Eureka server image from the public repository and start the Eureka server. So this is automated, and other than that, it is also launch 3 other EC2 instance on that particular EC2 instance. On second EC2 instance, it is going to launch the shared services. On the third one, it is going to launch the Eureka shopping cart. And on the fourth one, it is going to launch both the services on the fourth EC2 instance. So as I told you that this demo is highly demanded, and it is requested by many users that we are unable to perform the service discovery if our services are running on a different host. So this tutorial is not just applicable to AWS. You can use on your local environment or any other cloud environment or any other server environment. So you just have to watch my video till end. And as far as the automation is concerned, I have already provided you the bash scripts. So these are going to automatically pull the code from the Docker public registry. So let me show you that as well. On EC2 section, I have user data, and user data I have uh, about 4 scripts. So every script is going to perform its part, and it is actually hooked up with these modules. So instead of doing the stuff manually, what I'm going to do is to use the command Terraform apply command, and it is going to build up a custom VPC through the Terraform version 13 code, and it is going to launch 3.0 instance and automatically deploy the stuff for our lab environment. So it is going to be really easy for you guys. I mean, for understanding as a DevOps. So if you play with this code, and also you just not just learn the Eureka service discovery, you learn the Terraform automated stuff as well, so how you can do the automated deployment as well. So in future videos, I will definitely, there is a request that I should explain the Terraform in detail. So definitely I will cover that in detail. I will start with the Terraform latest version 13. But for the lack of time, I'm unable to do such detailed oriented stuff. So this is the code I have provided you guys. So definitely you are aware that I'm not going to explain a lot of stuff here. So just to show you guys a little concept, and you can play with that and share your queries with me, or uh, do the stuff locally for your learning. So it is going to be really easy for you guys. So without any wasting time, let's see in EC2 section that you will see shortly that 4 EC2 instances are going to be available. So as you see that 4 EC2 instances are in running state, and I've set up my custom VPC. This is the custom VPC, and so, first of all, let's see that our Eureka server is up and running. But before that, I need to tell you that only 3 ports I have open. So, for the security reason, just to make sure that um, you should run this in your dev environment. So, just navigate to this, as other services are running on different port. For the demo, I'm going to allow all all traffic. To be on from any port, from any source. So okay, so make sure that you do not do such stuff in production environment. So okay, what I'm going to do is to simply copy the IP address, which is the elastic IP I've given this, and simply put it here. So you see, Eureka server is automatically deployed as pull the image from my repository, and Docker is already installed on this particular server. So let me close the security groups section, and you see this part is done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to navigate to the shared services and open this, and if I place it here, definitely it's not going to work. I have to provide the port and shared services. As I told you in my previous video, I have run that particular port on port 8080, which means that in Docker file I've exposed this port 8080. So what I'm going to do is to give this URL shares. If you haven't watched my previous video, please navigate to the playlist and watch the videos which I previously posted. You will have a better idea how this is Dockerized, and every stuff I've provided you guys from the scratch. So definitely this video is not going to be the one that I've provided you everything in my previous video. So this video, our aim is to uh, do the service communication from different hosts. As you see, these two hosts are different, running on separate EC2 instances. So how it is possible and that the service communication between the services are going to be happen. So if I navigate to my Eureka, uh, I have to refresh, and after a short while, um, you will see the service shared service is going to be registered with our Eureka server. Okay, so till then, what I'm going to do is to also copy the IP address of shopping cart and put it here. And the shopping cart service is running on port 8090, and and I'm going to call this cart because the cart is given in this. So you see, all you buy from us will show in shopping cart. So both are these services are up and running. So definitely registration process will take time, and I will tell you that uh, it is going to be automatically registered with our Eureka server. But uh, to get this registration done, what we have to do is to create a um, private hosted zone. So currently registration is not going to be happen. So what we have to do, actually these two containers actually or services are looking for that URL which I have provided for our services to be registered with this Eureka. So for that, what I'm going to do is to navigate another tab, and I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to move to Route 53, and in Route 53 I want to show you that we are going to create a private hosted zone, and with that private hosted zone our services are going to be registered. So click on the hosted zone. So okay, so I'm going to create one hosted zone, and it is going to be private hosted zone. So and the name for that is going to be cloudgeekca.local. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Cloudgeekca.local. This is the one I have provided in my settings. So I'm going to show you. I have to create one A record. So before that, I'm going to give this setting US East 1, and the VPC is going to be our custom VPC. This is the one which we have created through our Terraform, and I'm going to create this uh, private hosted zone. Okay, so I'm going to create a simple A record here, and the name of that is going to be Eureka server. Okay, Eureka servers. Okay, so I'm going to give this IP address, and IP address is definitely going to be the private IP address of that Eureka server. So this is the Eureka server. I'm going to copy this private IP address, and I'm going to put it here. So make sure that you keep the TTL low. I go for 10 seconds. So make sure that service deregistration or registration should not take long. So I'm going to create this simple record, create. So it is currently creating one record, and the service registration is going to be available soon. You have to refresh and wait, but I mean you have to wait a while. Just do the testing. Do the refresh stuff. So definitely it will take some time. I mean, I might pause video. It will take about excuse me, 2 to 3 minutes, or sometime 5 minutes. So this is the URL of the Eureka server I've given, and if you want to see the code, you can simply navigate to the code and see the stuff. So till then, I think I should pause the video, and I will be back with you guys soon. So guys, just to show you that one of the services shared is registered with Eureka server. So I'm still refreshing it. So other service of shopping cart is also registered. So you have to wait for a while. One thing is really important. I have to show you guys. You see, these services are registered by their name. If you watch my previous video, which I've shown you in the start, that how you Dockerize your application and I place it on the AWS. So in those videos, services are registered with their container name. So those videos are actually the initial part where I have to show you that how to Dockerize the application and register with the Eureka server. Now in this part, you have to follow uh, the sequence that service registration should be done with their name. So shared store cloud geeks ca.local. This is the shared services service running on port 880. And this is the shopping cart cloud geeks .ca on port 80. But the problem is that first thing I need to tell you that how the name is shown here. The name is going to be shown here. Let me show. Let me navigate to our scripts and navigate to the user data. If I show you the Eureka server shell, so what I'm doing here, actually, I'm using one of the switches of Docker by which is the -s host name. So I'm giving every container its host name. So that is how it is able to register the container with their host name. So you can even download with that, I mean, with their host name as well. So as far as as far as the host name, I want to show you more stuff that if I click the Eureka Share Services, you see, I'm giving the name Eureka shares.cloudgeeks.ca.local. So this is also registering with this name, and the other services are also registering with their host name. So that is how they are able to register with their host name. So why it is important? It is really important for the service discovery. So and the routing between two services. So what I'm going to do is to show you guys that uh, I will access um, the same stuff. I mean, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to access from this service the our um, card service. So if I put let me show you the code. Okay, and that particular service is going to be failed. Why it is going to be failed? Let me also show you the reason for that as well. Okay, if I navigate to here, okay, shirts, uh, name, and okay, shirts controller. Okay, I'm going to open this in the Visual Code. So this is the slash shirts, and I'm going to call this, I'm going to call the shopping cart service. So as I told you on my local host, if I place this, it is going to be, resolved. But if I put it here, it is going to be fail. Why? The reason for that is that there is no entry which is available on our private hosted zone, which is the DNS. So what I have to do is to provide exactly the same entries. Let me navigate to the Eureka server. So these shares.cloud.ca.local, as I've shown you that I've already created this cloud ca.local private hosted zone. So I'm going to make one entry with shares, and other entry is going to be shopping cart. So if I navigate to Route 53, I'm going to create one record here, and the record name is uh, going to be simple record shirts. Okay, just to verify that this is the shirts, and if I navigate to this EC2 instance, the IP address of the shirt is this one. Guys, this demo is to give you the understanding, the concept behind the service discovery, and I've also created the script where your services Route 53 is going to be automatically updated. But this is just for demo, as I told you that how in future videos I'm going to use ECS and show you the service discovery, and the same concept is going to be there for you guys. And if you don't want to spin up a cluster, you should know how this works. And as I'm using the simple Docker switches and showing you the easiest way to set up all the stuff. So what I'm going to do is to navigate to the Route 53, select the IP version 4 address, and set the TTL as low as 10 second. Okay, I'm going to define this, create a record, and also I'm going to um, create one record which is going to be the shopping cart. So navigate to the shopping cart service, define route in Route 53. I'm going to call this shopping dash cart. Okay, so select IP version 4, and IP version 4 is going to be the IP version 4 address of this shopping cart. I'm going to place this here, and TTL is going to be 10 second, just to make sure that there should not be any type of shopping cart. Okay, create this simple record. So definitely the name resolution took a while, and we now should be able to resolve this. So as I told you, it will take a while. It is going to resolve, and sooner you will see that this name is going to be resolved, and we should be able to access our call to shopping cart from the shared services. So this is the service discovery which we are going to uh, be done first of all manually, and in my next video or later videos definitely I will show you the script uh, through which your services are going to be automatically registered. So I have to wait for a while for the propagation, and other than that, I've shown you that uh, these services are running single service running of shared on this EC2 instance, which is in the Docker container, and also the shopping cart service is running on the other EC2 instance on the Docker container. So in my later videos, I will show you that what if the multiple services run on the same host. I mean, different hosts, but on multiple run services run on the same host with a different IP address. So I will cover that in my later videos. So for the sake of demo, let's try to do this. So you have to be patient with that as well. I mean, definitely propagation will take time. So other than that, you can also see the logs as well, see Docker logs and other stuff as well. Now it is propagated. So you see, we are able to access our services. I mean, our access our service from other EC2 instance, as this shared service is running on a separate host, as shown you guys, this is the shared service, and and the other service is the one which is running on this other EC2 instance. So I'm able to communicate between services uh, through the service discovery, and I've used the private hosted zone and Docker switch for that. So our services are now registered with the host name. So in my later videos, I will show you rest of the stuff, how we can automate, how we can set up the high availability of that. And later on, I will also cover the ECS and other services along with Kubernetes as well. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and share this video and watch this video till end. Thank you. Have a nice day.